reality, no.
So yes, I bought a very rare bird indeed. Now, I'll start off by saying I knew that it was kind of rare, being a white Yukon XL, Quadrasteer, that kind of thing. But someone on the Threatening Auras made the point, like, hey, 03 is the first year. The Yukons apparently are a little more rare, and there's only like just over 400 03 Yukon Quadrasteers made. So it's pretty rare. Now, I had already planned to fix this, so I'll just go ahead and explain what's going on with this. When I bought it, the brakes went to the floor and the rear end was sagging because the leaf spring shackle was, and still is, snapped in half. So I went ahead and did the right thing and jacked it up, got the weight off of it, threw a ratchet strap around it, and went to the other side and just, you know, took care of that, put it back where it belongs instead of hitting the floor up there. So with that fixed, next thing was the brakes. It was out of brake fluid, and I did a bleed with a scanner on it, and it's 80% good. The right rear pads are gone, so it's metal to metal, and it needs 2 rear rotors, a set of pads, and probably a brake caliper right here now. So with those things kind of fixed, I've been driving it and it drives pretty well. However, amongst the problem with the shackle there, the frame is not that good. I don't know if you can see that up there. And then it come through here, got another little spot right here. I mean, it's pretty bad. So it really needs to be sectioned from about right here all the way back, which is not going to be that big of a deal, but we're going to go ahead and finish the shop first with the lifts and get all the tools in there and get it all ready to start another big project. Back here, however, things are much worse. I mean, the frame is I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I can flex the whole frame back here with just a couple fingers. I mean, it just comes out in chunks. It's not good. Now, being that the previous owner went ahead and made some big mud flaps for it, it actually did save the quarters and the rocker panels pretty good. It's a little rusty behind there, but this is all still solid, so that just needs some cleanup. It is a little rusty back behind here, but fender flare is still solid. The rockers are in unbelievable shape. I mean, solid up until right here, and everything's a little flaky back here, so that needs addressing. The front fenders are pretty rusty. This fender flare, or this mud flap, is missing, and the steps aren't as solid as they once were. But overall, very, very clean. The rest of the frame is good except for this back left corner. So we're going to go ahead and fix the frame, clean and coat the whole frame, clean up the rest of the rust on it. We're not gonna fix the rust on it right now because, you know, that's gonna be a bigger undertaking. The frame's not gonna be a big deal. That is actually quite easy. It needs a few other things like a oil pressure sensor because it's maxed out, a couple light bulbs that are out, the brakes, just some little odds and ends. But I mean, overall it is not that bad. It has 319,000 miles. It's got some decent tires on it. So I thought that this was a conversion package like my excuse me, like my 05 GMC. However, it is not. This is actually something that someone bought and they started doing little add-ons to it, like the brush guard and painting the air dam, doing an old school GMC hood ornament. They put the pinstripe on it and these custom decals. Of course, the mud flaps, and they had these color matched. I actually kind of like it because even though it's not technically a conversion package, it does match my Sierra very well, and that's all I really care about because I wanted a matching Quadrasteer Yukon for that truck. So, as you saw, the Quadrasteer does in fact work. There is a slight exhaust leak too. Overall, it's pretty clean in here. Seat's got a little wear to it. It's got factory mats. Steering wheel's in excellent shape. Airbag light is on. The interior is really clean overall. It's got factory mats. This one does have a hole in it. Seat's got a tear there. Passenger side has a tear, but the dash is in really nice shape other than the paint coming off right there. Headliner is very nice. Steering wheel is very nice. All of the dash lights work. The seated seat has a typical thing where it cuts on and off. Back here, very good shape. Nice and soft still. This is the brand new rear shackle that the previous owner gave me. Factory floor mats back here. You can see the rust starting to come through back here. Doors are about like my Sierra, so we'll just treat those and leave it alone, at least for now. Very clean back there as well. It has a Motorola phone holder up there. Pretty neat. The mirror does not tell you the outside temperature. It is broken. I have a really cool, rare GM accessory spoiler for the back that goes here, so I'm going to swap that on at some point. You can see that it had a mat back here, but it is no longer here. Now sitting inside, you can see that it has 319,311 miles. You can see the oil pressure gauge is maxed out because the sensor is bad. Very comfortable. It's just like being in a normal Suburban. However, you have your four-wheel steer button right here, so you can go four-wheel steer, your trailer towing mode, or two-wheel. And of course, over here, unlike the half-ton Quadrasteers and the Denali's, you do have selectable four-wheel drive. Now, if you got a normal GMC Sierra or Chevy Silverado with the Quadrasteer option, I believe those were selectable four-wheel drive, but the Denali trucks were full-time all-wheel drive, just like the normal Denali and Cadillac Escalade, half-ton, stuff like that. So I do like the option of being able to put it in two-wheel drive. It's really nice. Now, the turning radius, as you saw, is amazing. I mean, it makes a world of difference. I haven't towed with it, obviously, because the frame is in really bad shape, but I heard that it's pretty nice towing as well. So, I mean, it being a big vehicle, the turning radius is just really good. And you really need it with a longer SUV like this. You don't have to have it. We've done without it for a long time in a lot of different vehicles, but it is very nice to have. This vehicle also has the original window sticker still, and it was $53,000 brand new back in 2003. So that's, you know, I don't really know what the conversion rate would be in today's money, but I would assume that's probably around $120,000-$130,000 for a fully loaded Yukon with a Quadrasteer option. So I know it wouldn't be cheap. I know that much. The AC and heat both work on it. The radio sounds really good. The subwoofer still works. Of course, they almost always do in these Bose systems. They're fantastic. So, if you want to see this in future videos, like, share, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. It's probably going to be about a month before this thing gets a real video. I will be doing some small things to it here and there, which you'll see, but the rust repair is not going to take place until about a month. So that's going to do it for this video, and we'll see you next time.